everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris, and today I'm going to be using the OneBlade with another waxy feather blade which is stuck to my, I've just took it out, carbon steel feather blade. I think it's called the SR or the SE. I'll just show you the packet it comes in. That's the feather S, so it comes in a pack like that, or a packet. Tony sent me one just to give a go. Now he said to me, don't chuck it in the bin after the first few strokes because it gets smoother, or it'll get very smooth. So it'll be interesting to see how it feels to begin with and where it ends up. But I tell you what it does do, it looks really cool in the razor itself when you pop it in. Okay, the soap today is a sample also sent from Tony, and it is Stache SoapWorks Liam Cruz. Now I've been sitting smelling this for last night and this morning. I've got 2 days growth, by the way. I didn't have a shave yesterday, believe it or not. Trying to figure out what this scent is. Well, no, not trying to figure out what it is. It's a citrus scent, which is quite clear when you put it to your nose, but it reminds me of something, once again, when I was a kid. I just can't, I think it might be like opal fruits, or starburst as they're called now. It's just super fruity and it is lovely. I really cannot wait to use it. So what I'm going to do, it's quite a firm soap. I'm going to scoop a good chunk of it out and get the Saponaficio Varacino bowl and just hold my finger on, and all I do is just sort of pull it right round the bowl. It's Saturday over here today. It is just after 12 o'clock. I've been out working this morning because with my son being ill all week, he's got a chest infection, so he's on antibiotics. I haven't been able to get my shave done. What am I talking about? Oh, I've lost my chain of thought. Oh, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Alright, I'm back. I've just helped the wife carry some shopping in. It's took me a little bit longer than I thought. I've had a little mouthful of my lovely coffee, which is just about right to drink now. Okay, so I put the soap in the bowl. The brush I'm using today is already soaking. I'm going to use the Red Dirt Shaving Society made by Frilot. And the reason I'm using this is because I've watched Ken Lee use his with the tuxedo knot. And I just thought, stuff it, I'm going to use this today. So this one's got the 26mm 2-band finest badger knot. So I've just squeezed out the excess water. Oh, the scent on this, oh yeah. This smells beautiful, very citrusy. I don't know what that, do you know something, as much, I do like this scent, it smells a bit like bleach. Definitely got a disinfectant sort of smell to my nose, which is unusual for a shaving soap. This could be the first shaving soap you can shave your face and clean your toilet with. Yeah, there's definitely, to me, there's a definite scent of sort of bleach. I know there won't be bleach in it, but that's what this smells like. All I'm doing is just dipping the tips every now and then, just trying to build the lather up. I've used Stache SoapWorks Scottish Glen, which was chosen, or the scents were chosen by Heavy Shaves, and the soap itself was outstanding. The splash, just burny stuff, but the soap was amazing. So hopefully this will be the exact same. I don't see why it can't be, because the formula should pretty much be the same formula. The lather looks nice enough, but it does look a little bit airy. I've just dipped the tips again, which is probably not the right thing to do when it's looking airy, but when in doubt, add some more water. Alright, there we go. So I've got enough there for my shave, I hope. I might not have, because I am using a badger brush and they do eat lather for me. Alright, wet the face and let's apply the lather straight into my mouth. No, I tell you what, it's a lot of backbone in this brush and an amazing amount of scrub. I did actually say to someone very recently that I use this brush to remind me how good synthetics are, and it really does remind me how good synthetics are. This is a pretty poor lather. It's not great. Not for my first lather anyway. Your first one's normally your best. If that's the best I'm going to get, it's not great. But we'll shave with it anyway, see what happens. Okay, the OneBlade. Got my carbon stainless blade. Slot it in, push it down, it clicks. There you go. So it actually looks pretty cool in the razor itself. You can see it from the back there as well with the sort of wording under there. Let's wet the blade. Yeah, that's a shit lather. It really is. It could be down to me. It could be down to the brush. I really don't know. But let's see how this feels. Well, Tony, you told me to give it a go. I'm struggling with this. I'm really struggling. It's just not pleasant at all. I can't use it, mate. No way can I use that. That's dreadful. Sorry buddy, thank you very much for sending it. You've got to try these things. Now, I'm not sure whether I've got the OneBlade version 1 or 2. So I'm not quite sure how this works, whether this clicks into the OneBlade version 1 or whether it just slots in. In this one it slots in and feels reasonably tight, but it's not clicked in. So maybe it doesn't click in, but let's just see what the gem blade feels like. So it's a brand new gem blade. In fact, I'll tell you what I've got there. No, I'm not going to use that either. I've got a smiling blade. The blade's actually bent. Jesus Christ, I tell you what, I'm not having a good run of it here. Blade number 3, brand new feather. The blades that come with the razor. The blades that are recommended for the razor. And let's have a look. That's it clipped in. Like a knife through butter. Yeah, I'm sorry Tony, I don't know. I'm not sure what razor you've used it in, mate, whether you use it in a OneBlade or not, but that's dreadful. The slickness on this soap's terrible. I'm not really enjoying this, I've got to say. I'm enjoying the razor now. That's terrible slickness. Jesus. There's literally no slickness on this soap at the moment. Even when I'm shaving with it, which is very surprising, because I do remember Scottish Glen being a very slick, excellent protective soap. It could be that I've got a sample. I would blame the lather, but that lather looks lovely. It's got a lovely shine to it. There's actually literally no air bubbles in it. It's got lovely peaks. A lot of people say that when it's glossy, it's going to have slickness. I can tell you right now, this ain't got a lot of slickness for me. All it's doing really, in all honesty, is highlighting the fact that badger knots are just, this one in particular anyway, aren't great. I'm such a fan of synthetics. If you don't have a synthetic in your den, you've never used one and you shoot them down, then you really don't know what you're missing. Someone popped on there about single edge and double edge razor users. You don't know what you're missing, you should get onto straight razors. But it's a lot of work involved with straight razors. Using a synthetic removes a lot of work in my opinion. Right, across the grain. Slickness is a little bit better this time round. It's only marginally better. Yeah, that's Jesus. Very disappointed. Erica, that makes these soaps, is lovely, really nice woman. I haven't actually sent her a message for a while to see how she's getting on. Getting a bit of slickness now, but it's not great. I'm enjoying the razor though. I'm really settling in with this razor now. If you haven't got a stainless steel OneBlade, I can't comment on the core, the plastic version, but I can tell you the stainless version, once you start getting used to it, is outstanding. I'm getting a lovely shave from this soap, don't get me wrong, but I think the razor's helping a lot. There's literally no slickness. Look. That's the back edge because I don't want to put the blade on my face because I'm not worried about it. Even with this, it's just dragging. There's none. I've got no slickness on my face at all. Yeah, disappointed with that, I really am. Because the scent, I was borderline buying this just on the scent when I got this sample. But I'm quite disappointed. But I just want to iterate, or reiterate, this is a sample. It came out of a full-size tub, which Tony sent over. I might have got maybe a little dodgy patch of the soap that was in the tub that might not have had all the ingredients required to offer me the full sort of experience of it. So I have to take that into account. And having used one of Erica's soaps before, it was excellent. I'm not having a reaction to it, which is good. So that's another good plus. But I'm not enjoying it either. I really am not enjoying the soap. It's even dissipating now. So I'm trying to use the pivot a little bit more. So I am pressing a little bit harder. Even when I get a bit of soap and rub it on my skin, there's no slickness. Bit of the suds. Terrible, it really is. Sorry Erica, but I'm not getting the experience from this soap at all that makes me want to buy it. It's even juddering there. Now there is one thing I've realised so far with this soap. I won't be using it on a head shave. Oh gee, that's I'm sorry I keep saying it. This is the first soap in a long time that I've had to reapply lather onto an area so that I can go over it again. And even with the soap on it, it's still not great. That's one splash of water on there. I know it's a bit wet. I've got a minuscule amount of slickness, residual slickness. I don't need it quite so much in my face because I don't go against the grain, so I'm not going over the same areas all the time. But I still want it there. It adds to the enjoyment of the shave. If you don't have that slickness, it takes away a bit of the enjoyment in my opinion. And I haven't had it there. I've hardly had any at all. Enjoyment and slickness. Even though I've had a great shave. But the soap for me, you know, you can have great razors and great brushes and everything like that, but if the soap's not right, it can really affect your whole shave in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, other than that, I've had a great shave. I really have. I've enjoyed the shave itself, but it's really taken me back. And it could be the brush as well. I don't think the brush is helping. But the slickness is awful. The scent's lovely out of the sample. It's really strong. When you whip it up, it's up around about a 7 or an 8. It's a really good strong scent. But that's the other thing as well, it smells a bit bleachy to me. It does actually smell like a disinfectant chemical. I can still smell that sort of disinfectant scent. Yeah. Smells like bleach. It's a lot of citrus bleach when you get the lemon bleach or the orange bleach for your toilet, that's what it smells like. Strong, beautiful scent, but just that tinge of bleachy scent, and then the lack of slickness, which is significant. It's a lack of slickness with the lather on my face as well, which is quite almost upsetting, if I'm honest. Especially more so that I actually, Erica's Lovely and a soap that I tried before was really, really excellent. There's Peach. It's not your fault, Tony. The blades, the gem just doesn't fit, in my opinion. I've got a smiling blade. When I put it in, the blade actually curves into a smile when you look at it, so I don't want to use that. And the carbon blade is just awful. It really is awful. I know you're saying try it, give it a go, but that to me is not even worth getting to the point of it being smooth. Oh, what a bummer I'm giving everyone here, eh? What a shame. But bit of Thayer's and I feel a bit better already. Okay. So while that is drying in, let me have another drink of coffee. The soap was a sample sent to me from Tony. It is Stache SoapWorks Cruz. Smells really lovely out of the tub. It's got a bleachy scent when I lather it up, which I don't like, and it's got terrible slickness issues in my opinion with the lather and residual slickness. Not impressed at all. The brush, Red Dirt Shaving Society, made by Frilot. It's got a 2-band finest in here, 26mm. The brush might be part of the problem, but I've used this several times now and never had an issue with slickness or scents, so I can't blame it for the slickness or the scents today. I will try this brush again soon. I might even use it next or in a day or so. I can smell that bleachy scent in my brush now. The scent's lovely apart from that part of it, and the performance of it. It lathered really good. Didn't lather onto my face very well. It aerated a bit and dissipated a little bit. Could be that I didn't put enough soap in the bowl or put too much water in the soap, but either way there was no slickness. And normally the more water you put in, the more slickness you get, and I didn't get that at all today, so I was quite disappointed with it. The razor, I started off with the carbon steel blade, which looks brilliant. It looks much nicer than the feather stainless. I think personally, I just love this blue coating they put on it. Just adds a little bit of flavour to the razor. It's just all silver there. And you pop that in, it's got a little bit of colour. It's really nice, but I could probably tweezer hairs out of my face more comfortably than using this thing. The second blade I used or popped in was the gem blade, which smiled at me. It basically did this in the razor, so don't want to use that either. But thanks very much, Tony, for taking the time to send these over to me. You got to try things, and it's nice that you've actually sent them over for me to give them a go and say that they're shit. Not the gem blades, because I will try them in a gem razor eventually, whenever I find one that I like, but I'll probably go modern rather than old school. And ended up with the normal feather blade, which was as smooth as a knife through butter, hot knife through butter. Really was, really enjoyed it. This razor's really growing on me now. I'm really enjoying using it. So that's the normal stainless blade that comes with the OneBlade. Moved on to Thayer's Peach, which is dried in now. It's left a lovely, lovely face feel. It really has. Yeah? Can you touch this thing for me all? Yeah, 2 minutes. Finish off with Nivea Too Faced. Give that a good shake. I'm glad I'm using this now because I wasn't sure how poorly my face would turn out with that soap. But I can tell you now, I've had a super shave. The actual shave itself, in terms of smoothness and comfortable, and no irritation. It's a real testament to the OneBlade. Getting through a shave like that, nick free, bump free, cut free, weeper free, and irritation free with that soap, because it was borderline one of the worst soaps I've used, sadly to say. It reminds me a lot of using a shave called I think it was actually called it's called Lather shave cream. It's about $2 over here in the stores. It's terrible. It's rotten stuff. And unfortunately, that reminds me of it. Not the scent. The scent's really... I'd give the scent out of the tub about a 9 out of 10 on quality and niceness for me. When you lather it, it drops down to about a 3 or a 2 with that bleachy scent. But anyway guys, I enjoyed that. Got a lovely clean shave in the end. And I'm looking forward to the rest of Saturday. I might have a head shave today, I don't know. I'll see how I go. But other than that, stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.